what happened. Driving it down. Ooh, nice little Euro. It just started jawing, fam. Oh my goodness. I mean, she legitimately just went off, fam. I don't know what did it. That was a nice move. And then she just went off.
Watch Skylar Diggins Smith's face right there. That's not normal competitive intensity. That's personal. Something Kate Martin did in that moment triggered an explosion that had everyone in the arena doing a double take. This wasn't your typical trash talk between competitors. This was visceral, raw, and completely unfiltered. And what makes this moment so fascinating is that nobody seems to know exactly what sparked it. 1 second, Skylar executes a clean Euro step for the bucket. The next second, she's unleashing what looks like every frustration she's been holding in all season. Here's what we know: Owls were up by 6 points when this happened. The game was still competitive, not a blowout situation where emotions typically boil over. Skylar had just scored on a nice move, which usually results in celebration with teammates, maybe some light flexing toward your own bench. Instead, she turned directly to Kate Martin and went absolutely nuclear. We're talking full-body commitment to this verbal assault, arms flailing, face contorted, stepping toward Kate like she was ready to back up every word.
now, this is the other angle. Hold on, let me turn it down. This is the other angle. Well, Kate Martin, I mean, she looked like she want all that action, man. She's like, yeah. Look at the eyes, fam. Oh my goodness. This is hilarious, man. I don't even know what Kate Martin did to get in her head like that, but Skylar was pissed. She was pissed. I mean, on fire. Look at this. The way Kate turned, it looked like she was getting ready to get swung at.
That angle right there reveals something crucial. Look at Kate Martin's reaction. She doesn't back down. She doesn't look away or try to de-escalate. Kate steps forward, maintains eye contact, and gives Skylar that "yeah, and what about it" energy. This is important because it tells us this wasn't a one-sided attack. Whatever happened between them, Kate wasn't intimidated in the slightest. The refs immediately hit both players with technical fouls, which raises an interesting question. What did Kate actually do to deserve that tech? From every angle we can see, Kate's response was defensive, not aggressive. She didn't initiate the confrontation. She didn't throw her hands up or make threatening gestures. She literally just stood there and took it, then gave Skylar a look that said, "I'm not scared of you." But in the WNBA's eyes, apparently that warranted equal punishment. This double-tech decision matters because it sets a precedent. If you can get screamed at by an opponent and receive the same penalty just for not backing down, that changes the entire dynamic of competitive trash talk in this league. Players are going to think twice about standing their ground if it means automatic technical fouls.
Look how she yelling. Hold on, man. I got to catch the frames. Oh, my God. Look at how hard she yelling, man. I mean, all her vocals gone. Vocal cords out of there, all right? She was probably hoarse. At the end of this game, man, she probably sounded like she smoked 10 packs of cigarettes a day, man. Like, how hard she was yelling, dog. Look at this. Oh, my God. I mean, stomping, head wiggling, arms strangling. Oh, my God. Look at the fist.
Now we need to talk about Skylar's intensity level here, because this goes beyond normal competitive fire. She's yelling so hard that you can see the strain in her entire face. Her vocal cords are getting a workout that would make a death metal singer jealous. This is someone who's either incredibly locked in or dealing with frustrations that extend beyond this single play. Skylar Diggins Smith has built her career on being one of the most competitive players in the WNBA. She's never been shy about showing emotion on the court, but even by her standards, this was an escalation. The stomping, the hand gestures, the sustained verbal barrage, all of it suggests this moment meant more to her than just one basket in one regular season game. Context matters here. Unrivaled is the new 3-on-3 league that's trying to establish itself as a legitimate off-season option for WNBA players. These games matter for building the league's reputation and proving that women's basketball can draw audiences year-round. When moments like this happen, they generate exactly the kind of buzz that helps grow the league. People who've never heard of Unrivaled are now searching for highlights of Skylar and Kate going at it.
Give it to me. Nothing but snacks down here. Ugh, look at this. Turn around, jump on 2 of them. Giving her a 2-for-1 special. Baby down here, man. Get her a cradle. Get her a pacifier. That's baby down here. Look at this. Timmy, you can foul me, but I'm laying this thing up. Look at her. Just absolutely going to work. Back her down. Oh, fade away, knock down. I mean, Dom was looking amazing, man. Easy backdoor action. Come on, man, letting fly.
Let's examine the actual basketball that was happening during this game, because the trash talk didn't occur in a vacuum. Dominique Bolonga was absolutely dominating in the paint for the Breeze. She dropped 29 points without attempting a single free throw. Read that again. 29 points, 0 free throws. That's extraordinary efficiency, and it tells you she was scoring through pure skill, not drawing fouls or relying on referee calls. When a player puts up those kinds of numbers without getting to the line, it means they're hitting mid-range jumpers, finishing through contact without the whistle, and making defenders look silly with footwork and positioning. Bolonga was doing all of that. She was backing defenders down, using screens effectively, and finding soft spots in the defense that the Breeze couldn't close. Meanwhile, Courtney Williams was orchestrating the offense with precision. She finished with 15 points, but her impact went beyond scoring. The ball movement we saw from the Breeze in stretches of this game was genuinely impressive. They were making the extra pass, finding open shooters, and executing their offensive sets with the kind of chemistry you don't usually see this early in a new league's existence.
That's the dunk. Now, mind you, if you look at the scoreboard, it's 58, I think it was like 66. Look at this comeback, fam. They got to score 75 points to win the game. 65-73. Look at this. Dom was just going to work. Dom was going to work. It's like, man, this is another Tuesday for me. Look at that. Jenny on the block, man. Come on, man. Jenny on the block, man. Hitting that corner 3. I mean, just absolutely banging out here, man. But also, Aaliyah Edwards. Come on, man. Y'all know I got to show love to the young guns, fam. Aaliyah Edwards also came out here balling. Now, the Owls actually ended up pulling the game out. But that comeback by the Breeze, man. Oh my goodness, the comeback was nasty. Look at it.
But here's where the game got really interesting. The scoreboard tells a story of momentum shifts and competitive runs that made this more than just a showcase for individual talent. At one point, the Breeze were down significantly. The score showed them trailing by 8 points, and it looked like the Owls might pull away and turn this into a comfortable victory. That's when the Breeze went on an absolute tear. They needed to reach 75 points to win under unrivaled scoring format, and they started climbing, 65 points, then 73. The comeback was fueled by that interior dominance from Bolonga and smart playmaking from Williams. They were attacking the paint, forcing rotations, and when the Owls' defense collapsed, they were kicking it out to open shooters on the perimeter. The Owls couldn't find an answer defensively. Every adjustment they tried, the Breeze countered. Pick-and-roll coverage, Bolonga would slip it and finish at the rim. Double team in the post, Williams would find the open player, play straight up. Bolonga would back you down and score anyway. This is the kind of basketball problem that frustrates even the best defenders, and you could see that frustration building throughout the game.
Hedging too hard, look at that. Just picking them apart, man, dissecting them. Remind me of them frogs back in science class. We had to do operating work on them. My goodness, that's exactly what's going on here. My goodness. Skylar and Courtney was going at it, though. They were going at it, too. Look at this pocket pass. Skylar was just diming them things, man. My goodness. All her wishes coming true. All of them. The way she's diming. The way she's getting these dimes, man. I mean, at the wishing well, just flipping dimes. Look at this. Look at this. I mean, cooking, man. Absolutely cooking them. But, man, that that moment had me dying, fam. I can't hold you. I can't hold you. Katie Skylar double text. They did get double text for this. Had me dying. WNBA getting next.
Now let's talk about what Skylar Diggins Smith and Aaliyah Edwards were doing on the other end. Because this wasn't a one-sided demolition. The Owls had their own offensive weapons firing, and the pick-and-roll chemistry between Skylar and Aaliyah was surgical. They were dissecting the Breeze defense possession after possession. Skylar finished with 23 points on just 4 free throw attempts. That's remarkably efficient scoring, especially when you consider the defensive attention she was receiving. She was hitting pull-up jumpers, finding gaps in the defense, and making the right read every time. When the defense collapsed on her, she found Aaliyah. When they sagged off, she pulled up and knocked down shots. Aaliyah Edwards put up 24 points with 3 free throws. The young gun was playing with confidence and aggression that you love to see from a developing player. She was rolling hard to the rim, finishing through contact, and making herself available as a pressure release valve every time Skylar got into trouble. The two-man game they developed throughout this contest was the kind of chemistry that wins championships. The pick and roll between them became unstoppable in stretches. The Breeze tried switching, but that left mismatches that Skylar and Aaliyah exploited immediately. They tried going under screens, and Skylar punished them with jumpers. They tried fighting over the top, and Aaliyah would slip to the rim for easy buckets. It was a masterclass in two-player offensive execution.
Follow her with a yeah, you know what I'm saying? Giving her that look. I'm here for it. Give me all you got. You can scream at me, you know. You can scream at me. I'll take it. You're not scaring me with that. But this moment was absolutely hilarious, man. I mean, Skylar just came out of nowhere with the yelling. And it looked like she said, "You can't guard me," right there. That's what it looked like she said. But man, Skylar was on fire. And I can't hold you now. It did not look like Kate could guard Skylar at that point. We look at the points. Paige had 9.
The final score showed the Owls pulling out the victory, but the margin doesn't tell the full story of how competitive this game was. Both teams had multiple players in double figures. Both teams showed offensive execution that suggests Unrivaled is going to be more than just a casual off-season exhibition league. This was legitimate, high-level basketball with playoff-level intensity. Paige Buchers added 19 points for the Breeze, showing why she's one of the most exciting young players in women's basketball. Rachel Banham contributed 12 points, providing veteran scoring punch when the Breeze needed buckets. This wasn't a situation where one or two players carried the entire load. Both teams had balanced attacks with multiple scoring threats that kept the defenses honest. What makes these performances even more impressive is the format. 3-on-3 basketball is a different animal than 5-on-5. There's nowhere to hide defensively. Every possession matters more because the scoring happens faster. The pace is relentless. Players are getting fewer breaks and being asked to impact the game in multiple ways every time down the floor.
Out there, she had 4 free throws. Like I said, Dom, man, 29 with no free throws is nasty work. And then Courtney had 15 on top of that. We go down, Skylar, 23 with 4 free throws. Nasty work. Aaliyah, 24 points, man, with 3 free throws. So, yeah, man, absolutely cooking. 12 for Rachel. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about this.
So let's circle back to that confrontation between Skylar and Kate, because now we have the full context of what was happening in this game. The intensity we saw in that moment wasn't random. It was the culmination of a highly competitive game where both teams were trading runs, both teams had players going off, and the outcome was genuinely in doubt until the final minutes. Skylar wasn't just yelling at Kate for no reason. She was locked into a battle, fighting for every possession, and when she scored on that Euro step, all that competitive fire came pouring out. Was it over the top? Absolutely. Was it personal? Probably. But was it understandable given the context of the game? You could make that argument. Kate Martin, for her part, handled it exactly right. She didn't escalate. She didn't back down. She stood her ground, maintained her composure, and let Skylar have her moment while making it clear she wasn't intimidated. That's veteran poise from a player who's still relatively early in her professional career. The double technical foul call remains questionable. Skylar clearly deserved the tech for the excessive demonstration and taunting, but penalizing Kate for simply not backing down feels like the refs were trying to even things out, rather than calling what actually happened. That's the kind of officiating that frustrates players and fans because it's not based on the actual infractions committed. Here's what makes this significant for Unrivaled as a league. Moments like this are gold for marketing and fan engagement. This clip is going to circulate on social media for weeks. People who've never watched a single Unrivaled game are going to see Skylar's reaction and want to tune in to see what else might happen. Controversy and intensity drive viewership, especially in a new league that's still building its audience base. The WNBA has learned this lesson over the past few seasons. The games that generate the most buzz are the ones where emotions run high, where players show personality, where there's genuine competitive animosity between opponents. Caitlin Clark's rookie season proved that fans want to see passion and intensity, not just technical proficiency. They want storylines and rivalries, and moments that make them feel something. Skylar Diggins Smith has never been afraid to be that lightning rod. Throughout her career, she's embraced being the villain when necessary, being the emotional leader when her team needs it, and being the player who refuses to let opponents get comfortable. That's valuable. That's marketable. That's the kind of personality that builds leagues. Kate Martin is learning how to navigate these moments. She's figuring out how to compete at the highest level while maintaining her composure under pressure. The fact that she didn't flinch when Skylar came at her suggests she's got the mental toughness to succeed long-term in professional basketball. Players who can't handle confrontation don't last. Players who crumble under verbal pressure get targeted repeatedly. Kate showed she won't be an easy target. Looking at the broader implications for Unrivaled, this game demonstrated that the league has legitimate competitive depth. Both rosters featured players who can score at multiple levels, defend with intensity, and execute offensive sets with precision. The 3-on-3 format is creating the kind of up-tempo, high-scoring games that appeal to modern basketball fans who want constant action. The question becomes, can Unrivaled sustain this level of competition and fan interest throughout its inaugural season? One viral moment helps, but building a lasting league requires consistent quality, compelling storylines, and players who are invested in making it succeed. Based on what we saw in this game, the talent is there, the intensity is there, the potential is absolutely there. The potential is absolutely there. Skylar's outburst, as over-the-top as it was, actually helps the league. It gives people something to talk about. It creates a storyline. It makes the next matchup between these teams must-watch television, because everyone wants to see if there's lingering tension. That's how you build rivalries. That's how you keep fans coming back. So was Skylar out of line? Technically, yes. The technical foul was deserved. But was it bad for basketball? Not even close. This is exactly the kind of emotion and intensity that makes sports compelling. Fans don't want robots executing plays with no emotion. They want to see players who care, who compete like every possession matters, who aren't afraid to show what the game means to them. Kate Martin didn't deserve that technical foul, and hopefully the league reviews these situations and adjusts how they're calling these confrontations going forward. Punishing a player for simply not backing down creates a bad precedent and discourages the kind of competitive toughness that makes basketball great. The final question, what happens next time these teams meet? Does Skylar come at Kate again? Does Kate respond differently? Do their teammates get involved? That's the intrigue. That's the storyline that keeps people watching. And that's exactly what a new league needs to succeed. Drop a comment and let me know. Did Kate Martin deserve that technical foul, or should only Skylar have been penalized? And more importantly, do you think this rivalry is going to continue, or was this just a one-time heat-of-the-moment explosion? I want to hear your take on whether Unrivaled benefits from this kind of intensity, or if it crosses a line. Hit that like button if you want to see more Unrivaled coverage, and subscribe because we're going to be breaking down every major moment from this league all season long.